One of the main things people ask me when they find out that I own this Hummer is, what kind of fuel economy do you get? Well, today we're going to find out. I've decided to take the Hummer on a little road trip. Now, here is Pennsylvania, where we are, and here is sort of New Jersey. We're going to drive the Hummer from Philadelphia about an hour and a half north to Princeton, which is a nice liberal college town where they'll really get a kick out of the Hummer. We're going to drive it normally on the way to Princeton. But then on the way back, we are going to hypermile. That way we can see what kind of fuel economy we'd usually get and what kind of fuel economy we could get. Let's do it. So we start the day by filling up the Hummer with fuel, regular. The thing about only driving an hour is, in a normal car that wouldn't be much of a road trip. In the Hummer, that's about all you really want to do. I mean, ideally you want to do less, but you know, an hour, we'll do an hour just for the viewers. For better or worse. Oh no. That's over. Call off the fuel economy challenge. Okay, so the beginning mileage of this journey is 70,746.9. And with that, we were on the road. Couple things about driving the Hummer on the highway. Thing number one, it's really loud. Problem number two, there's no cruise control, and it tops out at about 60. And that means you get passed by everybody. And I mean everybody. Wow, that's embarrassing. As we neared our destination, I looked down at the gas gauge and noticed we're about 15 minutes from Princeton. We've done about 40 miles, and we have used a quarter tank of fuel. Seriously, a quarter tank in 40 miles. So that sort of gives you an idea of what kind of fuel economy we're going to be expecting today. Eventually, we reached Princeton, and we pulled into the first gas station we could find. All right, so we've made it to Princeton. So 46.4 miles was our total, and we did 4.169 gallons, which brings us to 11.1 miles per gallon highway. That's a little rough. That's not a great figure. In addition to hypermiling home, I've decided to make a few modifications to my vehicle that should ensure I get the best possible gas mileage. The first step, we're going to cover the wheel well so that we can create a nice streamlined effect as we drive down the highway. That looks pretty sturdy. Don't you think? I bet we can double our fuel economy with this simple modification. We don't need EcoBoost. Next, I decided to streamline some of the Hummer's jagged edges. Look at that. Look at how I've changed the entire wind profile of the vehicle. That's 2 miles per gallon right there. This has got to be hurting us bad. If you're driving this weekend and you find blue tape on Interstate 95 between Princeton and Philadelphia, now you know why. Eventually, the streamlining was complete and we were ready to head home. It's time to hypermile. Now, what I've learned about this is 60 is not the right speed for hypermiling. About 40 is the right speed for hypermiling. This is not the best situation when you're driving on an American interstate highway, but we're doing this in the interest of fuel economy. Oh, it's hot. I was taught how to hypermile by a guy with a Honda Insight about a year ago, and I got like 70 miles per gallon. I'd be okay with just half that number today. So we got a downhill. I'm going 53. It's too fast. I get a downhill, and I'm off the throttle. 46 miles an hour, 41 miles an hour. Oh boy. People go real fast on these things, huh? I just got passed by a guy driving a car built during the Harding administration. All right, here goes. We got a pass. I can't believe I'm going 48 miles an hour on the interstate. Can't wait to see who there's a guy doing 46. This is like one of those semi-truck passes where you get neck and neck, and then they go faster, and then you go faster, and then 5 miles later you finally pass, and there's 300 cars behind you.
After a while, we reached Philadelphia, and the hypermiling came to an end.
All right, back to the same gas station where we started. This is the moment of truth. I'm gonna do a little math here. 7084793. I don't know what the mileage is. 44.3 minus 844.3. 4.4.3. Did it stop yet? And that means all our hypermiling got us to 11.5 miles per gallon. So the next time someone asks me what kind of gas mileage my Hummer gets, I can give them an answer. 11 on the highway, probably about 8 in the city, and 11.5 if I really hypermile it. This is not a fuel efficient vehicle.